Welcome back to part 52, brothers, sisters, and friends. Due to lack of memory space, suddenly it was closed. So, continuing further reading, what solution do you find for this? We hear every day many explanation and are told that in the long run all will be good. Taking it for granted that this is possible, why should there be the diabolical way of doing good? Why cannot good be done through good instead of through this diabolical methods? The descendants of the human beings of today will be happy, but why must there be all suffering now? There is no solutions. This is Maya. Again, we often hear that it is one of the features of evolution that is to eliminate evil, and this evil being continually eliminated from the world. At last, only good will remain. That is very nice to hear, and it panders to the vanity of those who have enough of this world's goods, who have no hard struggle to fact every day, who have no hard struggle to face every day, and are not being crushed under the wheel of this so called evolution. It is very good and comforting indeed to such fortunate ones. The common herd may suffer, but they do not care. Let them die. They are of no consequences. Very good, yet this argument is fallacious. From beginning to end, it takes for granted, in the first place, that manifested good and evil in this world are two absolute realities. In the second place, it makes a still worse assumption that the amount of good is in increasing quantity and the amount of evil is a decreasing quantity. So, if evil is being eliminated in this way by what they call evolution, there will come a time when all the evil will be eliminated. And what remains will be all good, very easy to say. But can it be proved that evil is a lessening quantity? Take, for instance, the man who lives in a forest, who does not know how to cultivate the mind, cannot read a book, has not heard of such a thing, is writing. If he is severely wounded, he is soon all right again, while we die if we get scratched. Machines are making things cheap, making for progress and evolution, but millions are crushed that one may become rich. While one becomes rich, thousands of the same time become poor and poor. Whole masses of human beings are made slaves. That way it is going on. The animal man lives in the senses. If he does not get enough to eat, he is miserable. Or if something happens to his body, he is miserable. In the same, both of his misery and his happiness begin and end. As soon as this man progresses, as soon as his happiness increases, his horizon of unhappiness increases proportionately. The man in the forest does not know what it is to jealous. What is to be jealous? To be in the low course, to pay taxes, and to be blamed by society. Thus, it is that as we emerge of some senses, we develop higher powers of enjoyment. And at the same time, we have to develop higher powers of sufferings too. The nerves become finer and capable of more suffering. In every society, we often find that the ignorant common man, when abused, does not feel much, but he feels a good thrashing. But the gentleman cannot hear a single word of abuse. He has become so finely nerved, misery has increased with his susceptibility to happiness. This does not go far to prove the evolutionist's case. As we increase out our powers to be happy, we also increase our power to suffer. And sometimes I am inclined to think that if we increase our power in to become happy in arithmetical progression, we shall increase, on the other hand, our power to become miserable in geometrical progression. He who are progressing know that the more we progress, the more avenues are open to pain and as well as to pleasure. And this is Maya. Thus, we find that Maya is not a theory for the explanation of the world. It is simply a statement of facts as they exist. That the very basis of our being is contradictions. That everywhere we have to move through this tremendous contradiction. That wherever there is good, there must also be evil. And wherever there is evil, there must also be some good. Wherever there is life, there is death, must follow as in shadow. And every time who smiles will have to whip, and vice versa. Thus, the Vedanta philosophy is neither optimistic nor pessimistic. It voices both these views and takes things as they are. It admits that this world is a mixture of good and evil, happiness and misery, and that to increase one must have the one must of necessary increase the other. There will never be a perfectly good or bad world because the very idea is a contradiction in terms. The great secret revealed by this analysis is that good and bad are not two cut and dried, separate existences. There is not one thing in this world of ours which you can label as good and good alone. And there is not one thing in this universe which you can label as bad and bad alone. The very same phenomenon which is separating in the to the good now may appear to be bad to tomorrow. The same thing which is producing misery in the one may produce happiness to another. The fire that burns the child may cook a good meal, for a starving man. The same nerves that carry the dimensions of misery, the sensations of misery, carry also the sensations of happiness. So today we finish on the page number 56, first paragraph, and now we will discuss on this. Okay, thank you.